So a few years back, we took my parents on vacation. We took them to a little town in Maine called Ogunquit, Maine. It's supposed to be this really adorable little place. I'd never been there, but I'd read about it. And I thought, yeah, sure, we'll take Mom and Dad there. And so we take my parents there, and one day we go into the little town, and my dad announces that he's going to sit right here on a bench just outside the ice cream shop, and my mother goes off one way, and we go off the other way, and we agree we'll rendezvous back here in half an hour. So half an hour goes by, and I come around the corner, and I see my dad sitting on the same bench where I left him with his cane, just sitting there, you know, only now there are two great big leather-clad bikers standing there talking to him, you know, and I start like running for my father, you know, like I'm going to scoop him up like a basket of fruit and keep going with him. And but it's, you know, it's a distance away, and so before I get there, I see the bikers walk away, and they get on their bikes, and they pull out, and they turn on the motorcycles. You know, they're like this on the motorcycles, and they turn, and they're like waving, and my dad's waving goodbye. And I go, Dad, what was going on? What was going on? He goes, what are you talking about? Well, those guys, those bikers, what was going on there? And he went, nothing. I said, well, what were you doing with these bikers, these big gnarly dudes in leather? What was going on there? And he says, oh no, he says, right after you left, they pulled up. And so they parked right in front of me, and I said, hey, what's it like on those bikes? Does it hurt your teeth after a while? And so they had been talking to him the entire half hour I was away. They were visiting. I said, well, weren't you, I said, Dad, weren't you afraid? Weren't you scared? And he went, nah, nice people are everywhere. See, now that was largely his experience because that's what he really believed. That's really, really what he believed. So if you don't like who you are, you know, if you criticize yourself all the time about being less than and not lovable and not valuable and not okay, and you don't like your body and you don't like your this and you don't like that, it's tough for things to work out well for you. Don't you see how that works in the universal mind? You know that if you're really highly critical and judgmental and rough on yourself, that's what the universe has to give back to you. If that's what you believe on the inside, that's what you're going to experience on the outside. Look, the truth is that you are a child of God, right? That you are made in the image and likeness of God. Now, people see you the way you see you. And we pretend like that's not true, don't we? But they really see you the way you see you. So you've got to change your opinion of yourself. You've got to value you if you want people and the world around you to value you, because the world around you isn't going to give you anything that you are not willing to give yourself. Please, please hear that. The world is not going to give you anything that you are unwilling to give yourself. And when you're different on the inside, you will experience something different on the outside. Because what's on the inside is always emanating into the outside. You know, the belief on the inside, the image you hold of yourself on the inside is always what's appearing out here. Have you noticed that you get yourself ready in the morning and you look in that mirror near the door, or that last mirror you look in before you go out the door, and if you feel like it's all come together for you, you know, and you look and you go, hey, looking good, right? Right? Then when you go out into the world, people will say, hey, you look great today. You must be really well rested. Did you go on vacation or something? What's different about you? I mean, people know it. And they're just reflecting back to you what you really believe about yourself on the inside. That, like, you know, through the magic and mystery of God, you pulled it together and I look pretty good. And that's what people will give back to you. But if, on the other hand, just before you go out the door, you look in that mirror and you go, oh, why do I bother? Oh, I can't believe it. What happened to me? Oh, my God. Not only am I not a 10, I'm in the minus column. Oh. Then that's when people will say, hi, have you been sick? You know? You look tired. Have you pulled several all-nighters in a row? People see you the way you see you. So when you're different on the inside, you'll be different on the outside. That's how the world treats you. You know, if you think you got it, or you think you don't, you're right. If you think you got it or you think you don't, you're absolutely right. Look, God made you, and God doesn't make any junk. You know, God has not made a mistake with you. Even though we think sometimes parts are missing, or we didn't get the manual, or God left some key understanding out, you know, you cannot go through life being against yourself. You know, it can be difficult enough without you being against you. Isn't that true? Yeah. It is. You know that every morning, one of the things I like to do is I get up and I say, you know, thank you, God, for the gift of this new day. And then I do just like a quick little bit of gratitude, you know, to be grateful for some of the blessings that are in my life. So thank you, God, for this new day. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my dogs. Now get off my head, please. Okay. Thank you for, you know, thank you for my home. Thank you for the church. Thank you for family. Thank you for good friends. Thank you for blah, blah. Just say a few little things to sort of say, yeah, I'm starting the day already and my tank is full. You know, I'm not starting at a deficit. You know, imagine if from this point forward, just from this point forward today, if you drew a line in the sand and were willing to step over it, and that stepping over it was actually a decision to never say another negative, disparaging, limiting thing about yourself for the rest of your life. How about that? If you're like, well, I don't think I want to draw that line yet. I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to draw that line and step over it today? You know, but some perverse way, maybe you're getting value of it, but my suggestion is maybe if you drew that line and stepped over it, and from here on out never said another negative, limiting, disparaging thing about yourself, how would your life be different 6 months from now? How would your life be different a year from now if you never said that stuff about you?